Hello and welcome to a StarCraft 2 commentary. I'm your host, IQ, and today's matchup we have my good friend again, Black Knight versus Buns Y Dog. So anyway, that's a pretty cool name. I like some of the names that are coming out so far. They're very inventive. So anyway, well, this is another helping out the Bronze League, bronze, silver, silver, bronze, whatever you like to really call it. Just the lower end of the scale where, you know, people pretty much can use just a bit of an improvement. So I'm here just to help out with anything that can that you guys go wrong with. So anyway, as we're going along, we see quite a few minerals coming in for Black Knight, and things getting spent a bit too late. Right at the start of the game, all you really need to do... Oh, someone's going to steal some gas. But what you really need to do... You barely need to do anything. You don't have to see anything. You just move out your overlords. You can click it on the minimap. If you're looking here, as soon as you spawn an overlord, you can right-click on the minimap. Boom, go over there. And then your second one, boom, go over there. You don't have to move the map at all. You're looking at this. Just keep on your hatchery and just constantly just S and D. They're both on your keyboard. I can't point to them too bad with this, but if you look at your keyboard, it's just S and D right next to each other. Just mash that, because all you'd be doing is making drones right now. Just mash S and D. You'll go to and you'll press S for the select lava, and then D for a drone, and you'll make that. If you just keep mashing S and D, just click on your hatchery, SD, click SD, you'll keep reselecting any fresh larvae that just spawned, and you'll turn it into a drone as soon as possible. You don't have to think about it. All you do is just click SD. That's just what I do. That's how I bring out my drones as quickly as possible when I am playing zerg. So anyway, he had tried to get this double gas, which is very unusual. Some particular zerg don't necessarily need too much gas, and he's about to get 100. If you're going for speedlings, 100 is what you need, so he doesn't need any more than he currently does now, unless you're going for a mass amount of mutas or something heavy tech. You don't necessarily need this much Vespene gas. So getting this double one really isn't that effective. I don't know why he thought to steal this gas, because he just got this one, and one Vespene geyser can last a zerg player for a very long amount of time. So anyway, we're going to see this spawning pool get up, and I'll bring up the production tab. Yep, we've got the metabolic boost coming on straight away, and he's still got 130 odd extra Vespene, but we also see more than 300 minerals here, and not going for this. I forgot to mention, but he actually did have 300 minerals for quite a while, and being very irritated by this probe, sending out a lot of drones. That is actually very bad. If you grab a bunch of your workers and think, just gang up on it, all those drones just suddenly stopped mining. Your mining compared to your opponents had just dropped dramatically for a couple seconds. Even just for a couple seconds, that can be fairly bad. So anyway, we've got some zerglings here to mop up this. I'd say, just me personally, probably one too many zerglings he's made. So what we've got another 4 coming out. Yeah, we've got another 4 coming out, and this one's going to be able to drop this simulator really quick if he wants to pick that up. But I don't know, quite sure what his build is as of yet. Maybe it needs a lot of gas, but I'm just saying you don't necessarily need it. And because zerg, their expansions, their hatcheries cost 300, where the other Protoss and Terran cost 400, so they can expand a whole lot quicker. If you get blocked here, don't worry about it, just fast expand, and you can grab another one from down here. So you have 2. You have one in your main base and one on your expansion. So anyway, we're going to be scouting. This is good. We're just going to send out one, see these zealots moving out. and we see this effective wall off. And also another photon cannon going there. So we have these speedlings now, and he's aware that this zealot charge is about to come up. They're not charged, they don't have charge at the moment. But what his response, this is what I like. This is what is good. You do not overreact, you just build one spine crawler, man. Then probably just a little bit further over this way, because what he wants to get into is your drones. Kill a queen, that is very bad. So you probably want to move it over, because he's probably going to try and run up into your base. But no, this is good. Just one spine crawler. Don't build too many. So yeah, and then you see these zerglings are preventing him from going up to the round. He gets their attention, moves back to the spine crawler, and just moves back. He already killed one really quickly. Got the full surround, and then there was two, and they were both on low health, and moved back into the range of the spine crawl, and then just moved away his lings, because they only got what? We got 35 health. They died. He lost a couple in that engagement. Well, you've got this by a spine crawler here with 2 armor. It does a bunch of damage to these zealots, and it's got 300 health. And 3 zealots aren't going to take it down, even if they just fresh full health attack the spine crawler. They're not going to take it down. So that was a very good idea, moving away the zerglings so you don't lose any more zerglings, and just let the spine crawler mop it up. So anyway, we're going to be walking around here, noticing that he's going to be walling off along here for this expansion now. And because what is good, what I like, is that he saw 3 zealots come out really quick. No gas has been made. He hasn't seen any sort of gas units or anything, even buildings, being made as of yet. So, bit of a suspicion. We've got an evolution chamber here for some upgrades, but we also have some spore crawlers. Putting around some spore crawlers, probably, especially in a game like this, especially like low-key, of drop can be very detrimental. It can, they're very easy if done and not expected, which a lot of lower players don't necessarily try and build against, and if they build against it, they build way too many. See, 2 is enough. This one's probably just a little bit too out. Probably move it inside. You want it close to your base so they can both protect your queen and your workers. With this queen, you could probably have it sitting around your workers, because while your drones are currently mining on minerals or gas, they path right through every single other unit. So anyway, we're going to be seeing some harassment here. As I said, you see we've got this spore crawl all the way out here doing nothing. If we had it closer to the base, about here or maybe here, they would be having free reign, constantly shooting at these. And we're going to see some more being placed down because of the lack of, well, not the lack of range, but how far this one's being put out. So anyway, we're going to be severely supply blocking Black Knight here. And so yeah, we've got two sitting here, and as you could see, he was moving around here, and he's causing havoc for Black Knight. Nothing too bad. Yes, he was supply blocked. So anyway, now, and as I said, because this one was moved way too far away, this one's all the way at the back. It could probably reach to about there. They have full range, which is good on the any drone harassment, which you could see completely prevented that. But if he just moved this one here, he wouldn't have had to spend more minerals and 2 more drones and building them here. So anyway, we're going to see some more just like moving around. No, you cannot pick up larvae. Sorry about that. And so yeah, these 2 are now going to deny him that luxury. So we see some hydralisks being built. It is a good response to someone going air, even if they're just phoenixes. They can hydralisks. They can take out air. They've got 120 health, but only 60 shield. Hydralisks are known for their high DPS. They fire fast, long range. If moving over a bunch of hydralisks can take them out pretty quickly. So anyway, this is good. Good anti-air, and we're also going to be going infestors. Now, the bad thing about this build, going infestor and just going with the zerglings that he's already built, going Zergling, Infestor, and Hydralisk, there's a very fatal flaw in these two, in this army composition. It's the lack of a meat shield. See, with like Zerglings, they're really good. They're cheap. They're easily replaceable. They die. That's why you get 2 of them per egg. Is because you just get a lot of them. They just surround. They just run in, and they're the first ones to be attacked. They're the first ones to die. It prevents everything else attacking your vulnerable units. Infestors only have 90 health. They can die really quickly. They have 0 armored, but they are classified as armored. So, with immortals that can do more than double damage, they do up to 50 damage per shot. They can take out. They'll be like 2 shots, and they're like on 10 health. Something else like a stalker around there. 2 shots of an immortal, 1 shot of a stalker will easily take down one in a blink of an eye. Hydralisks on 80 life, barely any life. They're just going to die so quick. They have 0 armor as well. All these things have 0 armor. You need something with armored, probably some roaches in front. They're short range, so they need to move up in the front. That's what's so good about their lack of range, is because you can just click on all of your units and right click to attack somewhere, and all your roaches will end up in the front of the battlefield because their lack of range, and they'll soak up all the damage. They've got like 125 life, if I'm not mistaken, probably 135 maybe, and they will take all the damage, as well as these Zerglings. You have Zerglings, the roaches taking all the damage, and you have all these units around doing damage. This is poor management here. Very good Guardian Shields here, not Guardian Shields, Force Shield, sorry. The other one. And as you could see, these immortals just cleared up the few infestors that he had here. And just everything else. It's not really about getting a counter, just keep pushing with what you've got. If you've got enough things that just do damage, you will be good against this Zerg army composition. The only way for this will be good if you had an incredibly large amount of Hydralisks and you got spot on fungal growths and probably neural parasite on the immortals to switch around and start doing damage to other things like the stalkers. So yeah, pretty much the Hydralisks are good to take out this air especially, but you need them to also take damage, and you need also to attack everything else that is here. There is just too much for these Hydralisks to do. You need a bigger, more complex array of units. As you can see with Bunsy Dog, we've got sentries, we've got zealots, what else? We've got stalkers, immortals, and we've got some even we've got some Phoenix flying around. That's a good army composition. It's not necessarily good. You can just death ball with that, and it will confuse your opponent as to what they should do for counter, because they've got so many things to counter. They're not quite sure. They'll probably just keep going what they did, and this is, of course, is what you can see. Split the army in half, and now he's got the other half. There's like barely any of these damage getting done. Fungal growth on just about everything. That's why you only see the immortals are still alive. Look, they have 200 health. They can take a beating themselves, and they're really good against armors. So as you can see, it's a no contest really. Going to just roll over his base. Doesn't even need these. These are just, if he wants to be honest, move in and pick up the infestors. But who cares when you've got this many immortals? But yeah, the fatal flaw for Blackwood Knight right now is the lack of meat shield. You need units that can take damage, and roaches are really inexpensive. 75 minerals to 25 gas. You can survive on 1, maybe 2 gas the entire, well, not the entire game. You probably have 2 gas, and you can pump out as many roaches as you want. Mix in some Zerglings with that. That's a really good army composition. You hear about the very common Roach Hydra push. It's a very common build. is because you have the roaches for meat shields, the lack of range, meat shields in the front, while you have the hydralisks, the weak hydralisks, but high damage in the back. That's the idea with hydralisks. I remember when I started this game right at the start, I thought, hey, hydralisks are awesome, but they just died way too quick, and I just ended up not using them for very long time, because I just thought, well, they just died too quick, they're not worth their money. But I realized I need stuff like the roaches, or zerglings, or whatever, to just move over and take all the damage, while the hydralisks deal all the damage. So anyway, I hope this is going to be fairly helpful with Zerg players, and I did like the responses right at the start of the game with the rush of zealots. You just need to keep up the pace and keep calculating what your opponent will be doing. And as I said, you can try and minimize the amount of spore crawlers you need to build. As I said, you can probably build one here and then one on this side. Keep them close to your layer, because all your stuff is around. And with the Phoenix, yes, that's the name of them. With the Phoenix there, they are really short ranged. 2 of those will do no worries. If he brings out Void Rays, you'll probably want to build a couple more, probably a bit further out, but still behind the buildings you want to attack. They've got really good range. They've got 7 range. And yeah, maybe probably try and build your buildings probably around where they can be defended more easily, and probably in the one place more, so they can be defended by fewer spore crawlers and spine crawlers and whatnot. And make sure that they're not in the way of your units coming out from your layer to go along. Probably build them around here. Around here you've got all this room below. You've also got you don't have too much room, about 1 building. So anyway, I hope this is very informal, and I hope this helps you Zerg players out.